If I had to start voiceover from scratch today and with no money to get to where I am right now, this is what I'd do. Hey everybody, I'm Jesse Carroll, professional voice actor and coach, and today we got a super special one for you. Why do you ask? So glad you asked, because today, well, not today, a couple weeks ago, we hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciated it. This time last year, I think we had maybe 100 subscribers. And now we got 10,300 or something like that. So thank you so much. I know this video came a little bit late. It's the summer's been very busy for me, but I'm gonna stay on top of these and you're gonna get more videos coming up. And another reason this is a special one, because today, when you are watching this, if everything went well and Parosh edited this in time, and Ariana uploaded it in time, this is my birthday. I'm actually not in my studio right now. I'm in my studio right now, but I'm not. I'm actually in, well, on the day you're watching this, I'm in Mykonos, Greece for my first time, for my 46th birthday. What the fuck? Can you believe it? I'm gonna be 50 in like 4 years. It's crazy. Yeah, it's my first vacation in 2 years. I'm really excited about it. I'll definitely film some stuff, and if you follow me on Instagram at Jesse Arthur Carroll, I'll post some pictures for you guys to check out if you want to see that. Yeah, so it being my birthday, I actually wanted to give you something. I wanted to give you guys a present, and this is exactly step by step what I would do if I lost everything and had to start voiceover from scratch, only knowing what I do know now, but without any of the skills and with no money. This is what I would do. So the first thing I would do above anything is I would get a night job. I need to get some income coming in right away, and I need something that doesn't conflict with voiceover. So for me, I've done a lot of hospitality in my life, and that's where I go. I'd either get a job at night as a waiter, a bartender, a manager. I don't give a shit. Whatever it is, I just need some money coming in for the greater good. I'm not gonna stay at that job. I'm just gonna get some money coming in, okay? So once I got that handled, as soon as I got, let's say, my first like $500 paycheck or $500 in tips, I would either go and buy basic gear, like a Rode NT1 5th generation and a Scarlett 2i2 or a Scarlett Solo, and you know, all the basic equipment. There's a link in the description that'll tell you my gear guide and stuff, and I get that, the basic stuff. Or even better, I might go down to a music studio and rent even better gear, because it's cheaper that way. You can either spend, you know, a few $100s on getting like a Rode NT1 5th generation, or you could rent like a Sennheiser 416 or a TLM 103 right out of the gate. Either way, I'd do one of those things, depending on how much the job was paying. Next thing I would do is look for either, like, if I had a walk-in closet where I was living. If I didn't, I would just, you know, just treat a room, maybe my bedroom, just put acoustic foam everywhere. Or I would go down to Home Depot and get PVC piping and build myself a booth for less than $200 with some acoustic blankets. There's many videos on the internet that show you how to do that. A lot of my students have done that. It's pretty effective, and it's a cheap way of getting a DIY sound booth to start. When I started voiceover the first time, my studio was not pretty. I had basic equipment and my walls weren't even totally covered, but it was enough for me to get work. Excuse me. So now that I got my basic equipment, I got my studio, I got my night job, I've got a little bit of money coming in. Now I'm going to invest in some coaching. I want to get a guide. I need somebody who's going to, you know, give me the shortcut, show me how to get to where I want to go a little bit quicker. Yes, you can learn this on your own, and I've done many videos talking about how you can do this on your own. But a guide, somebody that's working and making the kind of money that you want to make in voiceover, they're just going to make it so much quicker and easier, and they're going to be able to answer your questions right away. So that's what I do. I'd get a good coach who's working, and I would take in every goddamn thing that they told me to do. And then when I go home from the classes, because you usually only work with a coach once a week when you're doing it, I would do probably, I'd say 50, 60 scripts, practice scripts. I would record 50, 60, how many? 50, 60 practice voiceover scripts a day to work on my skills, because you want to get to that conversational level of voiceover. There's a lot of different skills you want to learn in voiceover, but you're only going to get good at doing it by doing it, practicing those skills. Once a week, just working in a once a week voiceover class is not enough. You want to be spending, if you're not getting a ton of auditions in the beginning, spending hours drilling scripts, working on your skills, trying to sound like a real person, listening to radio ads, watching YouTube ads, going to iSpot TV, watching, like, this is what it looks like when I watch an iSpot TV. going to iSpot TV and watching ads, listening to ads on Spotify. Don't pay for Spotify. Listen to all the ads in between. Those are people that got hired. And above all, trying to do voiceover while sounding like a real ass person, not an announcer, a real person. So that's where we're at with that. I wrote it all down to make sure I didn't forget. I would do that for about 2 weeks. Now, after about 2 weeks, I'm saving all the money, saving as much money as I can from the night job. And then when I feel like I'm ready, after about 2 weeks, I'm gonna buy into voices.com. That's gonna cost you about $500, but if you send them an email, they'll probably give you a discount. In fact, you can actually use my discount. The code is Jesse Carroll, and it'll give you a $100 discount. I do not get a kickback or anything for it. Just gives you $100 off if you want. But Voices sometimes gives you a better discount, so just email them. But I would email them on a Thursday because they'll probably respond on the Friday and tell you have like 24 hours to make good of the discount code they're going to give you. Now, when you first sign up, you're going to get a flood of auditions right away. That's why I say to sign up on Voices on a Friday, because you're going to get a ton of auditions and you want to spend the whole weekend doing them all. Because if you're able to do them all over the weekend, it's a pretty good chance that you'll have, well, I wouldn't say pretty good chance. There's a better chance that you're going to book one of these jobs right away. And if you do, great. The algorithm's going to continue to send you more jobs. If you don't fret, but you definitely want to talk to somebody who knows how to set up your profile properly on Voices, because there's a lot of things about it that you need to know in order to maximize your chances of booking a job on Voices and also getting as many auditions as you can. I did a voices.com video. Maybe Parush can put it up there. Or he'll just show you what it looks like, or maybe I'll put it up. I don't know. But I got a voices.com video that'll tell you a bit more about it than you already know. Now, once I'm on Voices and I do all the goddamn auditions I get coming in, as soon as I book one job on Voices, one job, I'm going to buy in to Voice 123 because I know now that somebody's hired me, I'm on the right track. I'm going to buy into Voice 123 at the 888 level. Because once I do that, now I'm getting a bunch more auditions. You're going to get more auditions at the Voice 123 888 level than you will on voices.com in the beginning. So that's why I need to get both going on. Before you get on Voice 123, I'd recommend checking in with the Voice 123 Pros. Google Voice 123 Pros. They have an incredible course. I think it's like $150, $200. And they will tell you exactly how Voice 123 works because it'd be kind of unforgiving. So I'd go on to Voice 123 at the 888 level. Now I'm doing all the auditions. And once I get a few more bookings coming in, I'm saving all of the money I'm making in VoiceOver, saving all of it. Once I get to about $2,000 to $2,500, now that you've booked a few jobs, you know that your skills are starting to get better because you have the proof of it. You've got money coming in. As soon as I get to $2,500, I am going to go book a professional demo session. Okay. Once I get that professional demo, while I'm waiting for that professional demo to be done, I'm going to invest another $500 into a website. I'm going to take that professional demo. I'm going to put it on the website, which should basically just be a player like a VoiceZam player and all your downloadable demos, maybe a little headshot of you and clear contact for you. Once that's done, I'm going to send off as many emails to agents as I possibly can. I'm not going to get one agent. I'm not going to get two agents. I'm going to get about 3 or 4 agents in America alone, and then in Canada, and then the rest of the world. I'm going to get as many agents as I can until between voices.com, Voice 123, and agents, I've got about 50, 60 auditions coming in to choose from. Now, once I've got that, I'm going to start tracking all of my auditions so I know what my booking ratio is. And once I can tell it's starting to get a little better and it gets to about 1 in 50, which is pretty good. That's like average pro level, 1 in 50. I don't know if anybody thinks I'm wrong, let me know in the comments if you think that's not good enough for pro level. Once I get to that, I'm going to upgrade on Voice 123 to the $2,500 level, because the higher the membership level on Voice 123, whether you agree with it or not, you'll get your auditions sooner and you'll get more of them. You'll have a better chance of booking. Okay. Now I've got voices.com. I've got a bunch of agents, managers. I'm at the highest level on Voice 123. What do I do next? So glad you asked. I'm doing a lot of handsy stuff today. Yes. Okay. Now that I've got like the Death Star going on, the full operational Death Star, voices.com, Voice 123, multiple agents, managers, all that. Now I'm going to start upgrading my equipment, because now at this point, since I've got managers, agents, websites, all that stuff, I've probably gotten to a level that I'm getting pretty good here. I'm probably at professional level at this point. And I'm going to start upgrading my equipment. I'm going to get a Sennheiser 416 or a TLM 103, depending on the ambient room noise. I don't know what the noise in my building or the noise on the street. I live in New York currently, so if I'm redoing this and I'm living in New York, I'm getting a Sennheiser 416 because even though I love the sound of a Neumann TLM 103, it picks up background noise really easily, where the Sennheiser is a little bit more forgiving. So I'm getting either the Sennheiser 416, the TLM 103, and I'm going to buy an Apollo Twin Duo, a UAD Apollo Twin, Twin Duo is the one I got. They make the Twin X now. So UAD Apollo Twin X, which is an interface. And the reason I like this interface is because it comes with a bunch of, you buy plugins for it. And the exact plugins I would buy right away with money I'm making at my night job and from my bookings, all the money I'm saving. I'm not really, I'm not taking a profit in right now. I'm redlining. I'm going empty every month and I'm putting all the money back into VoiceOver and just making sure I don't starve. So for the Apollo, the plugins, I'm getting a Manly Vox box. I'm getting an Avalon plugin. I don't know a lot about it other than it just sounds super rad. I would get a Precision de-esser. I would get a CVox denoiser, background denoiser. It's a plugin that removes background noise like really, really well, and it works live. So you can run it when you're doing live sessions and even Source Connect sessions. So it's an incredible plugin. Now that I have all that stuff, I don't know how to set it up. So I'm going to call the audio ninja himself, Jordan Reynolds. And I'm not sure what he's charging at the time of this video, but he's very affordable for what he can do to your sound. He transforms sound. So if you think you have a good studio and you think you know a lot about, audio engineering, just take a session with Jordan. He will transform how you sound. It will sound way better after him. And he makes things super easy. Like I like using Adobe Audition and I have all those plugins. So he set it all up. So I just literally hit one button and it does a bunch of stuff that makes the audio radio ready, or, there's different audio chains that he set up to do different things. So that's what I'm doing at this level. I'm talking to Jordan and making sure all my equipment's on point and there's zero possibility of a sound issue. Now, at this point, I continue the 50, 60 auditions a day, just going for it, hammering it home. And I'd say once I get to about 50 bookings, which, if you're working at this pace, 50, 60 auditions a day for months on end at this pace, it's not going to take you that long to get to 50 auditions. So at least it didn't for me. Then I'm going to apply for the Platinum program on Voice 123. It is very expensive, so you got to be working when you do it. You want to make sure this is something that you can handle. I think it's like $5,000 a year, but you can split it into quarterly payments. But it's worth it because it gives you visibility. So instead of auditioning for all the jobs that you have to audition for, if you have a great professional demo and you've got a lot of reviews, by the way, all this time you're trying to get reviews from every job that you get. You want to make sure that you get that review. Go after it. Don't be afraid. Ask for that review. It gives you clout and social proof. So social proof? I don't know. It gives you proof that you're hireable and that you know what you're doing, and people are more likely to buy from you and hire you, especially on casting sites. Once I've got 50 jobs and I've got a bunch of good reviews, I'm going to apply for a Platinum and get on that wait list because it can take a while. I know people that have been on the Platinum wait list for like a couple years. I got on Platinum pretty quickly. I wasn't on the wait list very long, but I also struck when I booked Back Road Truckers. Once I get in the Platinum, again, continue 50, 60 auditions a day, but I'm only I'm starting at the highest budgets and working my way down. And this whole time, what I'm doing is I'm tracking my auditions too. I'm tracking how many auditions I do every day to make myself accountable, to keep myself accountable for what I said I'm going to do over the course of a week. So I want to try and get at least 250 auditions a week. I want to know what my booking ratio is, and I can only know that by tracking all the auditions and how many jobs I book and what the rate is and all that, calculating it up at the end. And I'm going to look for trends for how much, like, let's say jobs that are 100 to 200. Right now, I know at the level that I'm at, it's pointless for me to do them because it won't move the needle at the end of the month. But I only know that from tracking all the jobs and different levels of budgets and which ones are worth doing it. The bulk of the income that I make at the end of the month comes from jobs that are $500 plus. In fact, if I only did jobs that had budget of $500 plus, I really wouldn't make a whole lot less money. So that's the goal. When you track, you can see. So that's what you want to do. Keep tracking. Now, at this point, what I'm also doing is I'm getting into marketing to people I've already worked with. So I'm getting a CRM like VoiceOver View. Some people use Nimble. There's a lot of other ones out there. I use MailChimp as well. And what I would do is I'd just keep all the email addresses of all the people that I work with on Voice123, not voices.com. On voices.com, unfortunately, you can't can't market to people off platform. You can send them messages on voices.com, but you can't outside the platform. But jobs that you're booking on Voice 123, you get to keep that client. So you want to save them in a CRM and put all their email addresses into like a auto mailer like MailChimp. And once a month, send out an email, one that's not really long, just super basic, just to make sure that they're not forgetting about you. Okay. And now that you're doing all this 50, 60 auditions a day, you're keeping in touch with clients that you've already worked with. You've got a bunch of agents. You're still working with a coach. You don't have to work with them all the time when you're getting to, like, let's say a booking ratio of 1 in 50 or 1 in 40 or even 1 in 30. Clearly you're doing things right. Just check in with them every now and then, like a doctor checks up. And at this point, you should be getting up to the 6-figure range, and you can do all this in a year. And how do I know that? Because I did it. Is it easy? I think it's easy because it's just literally what I just said. You just do that. But I know that a lot of people have trouble with this. Everybody starts in different places. I started as a stand-up comedian and a trained actor. Did that stuff help me in voiceover? In ways, yeah, sure. I was good at reading. From stand-up comedy, you're always memorizing jokes and you have to say them like they're coming off the top of your head. So I'm used to reading things and saying them like it's coming off the top of my head. So that was easier for me to get the conversational part of it down, maybe a little bit of mic technique, but it still wasn't easy for me in the very, very, very beginning. I had to work at it. I just worked at it way harder than probably all of you. I don't mean to be a troll. It's like when I say, right now, think about it. When I say work on your voiceover skills on practice scripts, 60 a day at least recording them with no hope of getting a job because they're not real auditions. You're just working on them beginning. When I said do that for 2 weeks before you sign up on Voices, all of you probably cringed. I did that even when I was on Voices in the beginning. I worked on practice scripts non-stop. I worked at this from the very first time I started recording. I worked on it hours and hours and hours and hours a day. Do you have to do it that hardcore? No, but that's how I got to where I am now. It takes a lot of hard work. But the reason I say it's easy is because you can do it. That's all you got to do is work really hard. Do the things I just said. That will get you there. Well, can I promise when it will happen for you? No. Everybody's different. I've been advertising my coaching for the past year, and I've coached quite a few people now, and I've seen people just slay it, just take to it like a fish in water, just with no previous training, no acting background, no comedy, no nothing, and just jump into it and just start killing right away. And I've seen people really struggle too. So I'm not going to tell you that you're going to have an easy ride in this, because you might not. It might be really difficult for you, but you can do this. And it's really just following those steps. And if you would really, really like to do this and you want to follow the way that I was just talking about and you want a little help doing it, then join my community. Shameless plug. No, seriously, guys. So the voiceover, I have 2 things that I always talk about in my videos. One is the VoiceOver School community, which now includes the modules of the VoiceOver Jumpstart course. So if you're looking to get into voiceover and you want support from a healthy community that's always positive and always there to support you, we have classes weekly. I do directed session classes, so you're ready for when you get into a directed session. We have live Watch Me Works, where you literally get to watch me do what I do 3 times a week. And we do prizes, giveaways. There's a message board. If you have any questions, you get them answered. So it's really invaluable, especially when you're starting in voiceover. And just check the links below. It'll give you a link to the About page. You can learn more about it. I also had the VoiceOver Jumpstart course, which is all of that plus 4 one-on-one sessions with me, and you get to text and email me, all that stuff. If you want to start in voiceover from the very beginning and go through it with me, check the links below. You got to interview for it. You can't just sign up. I want to make sure that we're clicking, we're going to work together. But if you really want to do this, that's a way to go. So enough shameless plugging. Back to gratitude. I thank you so much, everybody. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for watching these videos and all the encouragement. I know sometimes I'll miss a week and everybody will comment, "Don't give up on the channel. We love the videos." And you know what? I love making them. I do. And I'm gonna do more of these. I'm gonna branch out a little bit from voiceover into voiceover adjacent stuff, into some business skills that I've learned, because I've been growing too. Voiceover is a great journey, because when I got into it, I thought it was just voices. I thought it was just learning how to do voices, and I thought it'd be funny voices and all that, but I didn't realize how many business skills you need to learn. And I've been learning them, and I want to talk about them. I want to give the information to you guys. So thanks again, 10,000 subscribers. Thanks for all the happy birthday wishes in the comments. And yeah, I will. I'm looking forward to making my next video when I get back from Mykonos, and maybe I'll include some footage of some of the shenanigans we got up to in Mykonos. So again, I hope this was helpful. I hope you really enjoyed this. And if you want to work with me or you want to learn more about my community or my Jumpstart course, check the links below. Book an interview with me. It's free, 15 minutes. We can talk about whatever you want. All right. Until then, thank you so much. I really, truly am, I'm honored to be able to do this for you, and that you guys actually watch, and that this whole, even the YouTube community has grown. And I love hearing your comments. Some of them can be a little harsh sometimes, but I appreciate it. And I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep making these for you guys. So I am now 46 years old, almost 50. Wow. I'm going to take that in. I'm going to enjoy myself on the beach in Mykonos, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.